Hello actors, welcome back to another week of class. I hope you had fun last week exploring the story of the ugly duckling. I am so excited to see you back this week where we will be exploring the story of the three billy goats Gruff. Before we get started, if you have any questions about this video or the other video, The Ugly Duckling, feel free to comment underneath this video and I will be happy to answer any questions that you have about class, about any of the warm-ups that we do, or the story adventure, or songs, or anything like that. So before we dive into the story adventure, we are going to, what are we going to do? Warm up. Right. What do we warm up? We warm up 3 things. And what are those? Right, our bodies and our voices, yes, and what's the third one? Our imaginations. Awesome. Let's get started. So actors, today we are going to warm up our bodies, our voices, and our imaginations all at the same time. How are we going to do this? Well, we are going to imagine that the sounds that we are making with our mouths and our voices are coming from different parts of our body. And we will activate our imaginations, our voices, and our bodies at the same time through this warm-up. So first, we're going to start with our knees. We're just going to bend our knees, stretch them out. And as we bend our knees, we're going to imagine that the sound that we are about to make is coming from our knees. And we're going to bend our knees and make a creaking sound like a bridge. And so when we bend our knees, it will creak and the sound will go up and down as we bend. So let's try it together. Creak. Good. Let's try it one more time. Creak. And one more time. Creak. Really good job. So now we're going to move from our knees to our pelvis or our hips. And we are going to imagine that the sound is coming from our pelvis or our hips. So in a very low troll voice, we are going to say, "Who's there?" And that will be coming, imagine that it's coming from our hips. Ready? On the count of 3, let's try it together. 1, 2, 3. Who's there? And sometimes it helps if you put your hands on the part of your body that you are imagining the sound is coming from. It helps you to think about it and do it. So if we put our hands on our hips and say, "Who's there?" Very good. So now we are going to move from our pelvis or our hips up to our stomachs. And in a low goat voice, we are going to imagine that the sound is coming from our stomach. And in our low goat voice, we are going to say, "Big Billy Goat Gruff." And you can say it like you're answering that troll, right? So the troll says, "Who's there?" And the big Billy Goat says in a low voice, "Big Billy Goat Gruff." Let's try it one more time. "Big Billy Goat Gruff." Good job. Now we are going to move from our stomachs up to our rib cage. And in our medium goat voice, we're going to imagine that the sound is coming from our rib cage, and our medium goat voice is going to say, "Wait." Right? All right, so let's try that together. "Wait." Good, one more time. "Wait." Nice job. So now we're going to move from our rib cage to our mouths. And we are going to imagine that the sound is coming from our mouths. That's not really hard to imagine, right? Because most of the time sound is coming from our mouths. So we are going to make the sound of a goat bleat. And that is simply the sound a goat makes. So it's going to go like, meh, right? It's pretty silly, right? So we're going to imagine it's coming from our mouths, and let's emphasize the M sound. So the we're going to do that before we let out our bleat, okay? So let's try it together. Meh. Good job. Let's try it 2 more times. All right, here we go. Kind of tickles your lips a little, right? And one more time. Good job. All right, we are going to move from our mouths to our masks, which in the theater, you will hear your singing or voice teachers or music teachers refer to your mask when you are singing, and that is this part of your face right here. So it's kind of like your nose and your cheeks, and you should feel the sound in this section of your face. So we are going to imagine that the sound is coming from that part of our mouths, okay? So we are going to imagine that there are goat hooves trip-tropping over the bridge, and so we are going to imagine that the sound of trip, trop, trip, trop, trip, trop is coming from our mask. Let's try it together. Ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Trip, trop, trip, trop, trip, trop, trip, trop. Really good job. Let's try it one more time. Trip, trop, trip, trop, trip, trop, trip, trop. Nice work. So now we're going to move from our mask to our forehead, and we are going to imagine that a tiny baby goat sound is coming from our forehead, and we are going to say, yum, grass, from our forehead. Okay, ready? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Yum, grass. Good job. Let's try 2 more times. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Yum, grass. And one more time. Yum, grass. Good job. Now we are going to move to the tip top of our heads. And what kind of sound do you think would come from the tip top of our heads if we were low in our pelvis and our hips and our knees and we built up, 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 up? So higher, 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 right? So the highest sound is going to come from the tip top of our heads, and it is going to be a splash sound. So from the tip top of your head, we're imagining that the splash sound is coming from the tip top of our heads. And ready? Splash! Let's try again. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Splash! And one last time. 1, 2, 3. Splash! Nice work. Isn't that a super cool warm-up to do? To get everything moving at the same time, our voices, our bodies, and our imaginations. Now that we have the hang of that, let's try to reverse it and go a little faster. So first we had, from the tip top of our head, in our highest voice, a splash. Splash! Yep. And then we had our foreheads, a tiny goat sound saying, yum, grass, right? So, splash, yum, grass, to our masks of trip, trop, trip, trop, trip, trop, to our mouths, meh, to our ribs, wait, to our stomachs, big billy goat gruff, to our pelvis or hips, who's there, to our knees, weak. Good job. Let's try super fast from the bottom to the top, and then from the top back down to the bottom. And let's see if Miss Amber can remember this too. All right, here we go. From our knees. Creak first. Creak. Who's there? Big Billy Goat Gruff. Wait. Meh. Trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap. Yum, grass. Splash. Good job. Now backwards. Splash. Yum, grass. Trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap. Meh. Wait. Big Billy Goat Gruff. Who's there? Creak. Nice work, guys. Okay, my friends, now that we have simultaneously warmed up our bodies, our voices, and our imaginations, we are ready to dive into our story adventure of the Three Billy Goats Gruff. Right, so you know the drill. I'm going to give you words and actions, and when you hear those words in the story, you will do the actions that I give you or say certain words or lines or phrases, okay? So, when you hear me read Gruff in the story, you are going to rub your hands together and you're going to say, Gruff, 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 gruff. Let's try it together. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Gruff, 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 gruff. Good job. If you hear me say troll in the story adventure, you're going to make a really small body and you're going to walk around in a circle like however you think a troll would walk. Okay? Good job. Let's try it. Let's try those two together. So if you hear me say troll, you're going to walk around like a troll. If you hear me say gruff, you're going to put your hands together and say gruff, 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 gruff. Good job. All right, the next one, trip, trop, which you're going to hear me say a lot because the goats are trip-tropping over the bridge, right? So when I say trip, trap, you're going to stomp your feet while saying trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap. And remember, you can put it in your mask just like we did in the warm-up. All right, so trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap. Good job. So if I say gruff, what do? Gruff, 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 gruff. Good job. If I say troll, you walk around like a troll. You can make your troll however you'd like it to be. Your troll can walk around being a silly troll. Your troll can be an angry troll. Your troll could be a hungry troll. Any kind of troll you want, that's how I want you to move when I say troll. And then if I say trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap. Good job. And there's one more. If I say bridge, we are going to make a bridge with our arms and hands. So if you just bring your hands up like this to make a bridge. Or if you are doing this video exercise and story adventure with a sibling or a friend, then you can turn to your sibling and you can put your hands together and make a bridge with that person. All right, so if I say gruff, 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 gruff. If I say troll, if I say trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap. And if I say bridge, nice job. I think we are ready to start our story adventure. Okay, here we go. Once upon a time, there were 3 billy goats, and the name of all 3 was Gruff. Gruff, gruff, gruff. Gruff, gruff, gruff. One day, the three billy goats Gruff, 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 set off to the hills where the sweet grass grew. There they would eat and eat until they were full. On the way was a bridge over a stream where a troll lived, who was always hungry and looked to those going over the bridge for its next meal. First to cross the bridge was the youngest billy goat, Gruff. Gruff, 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 gruff. Trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, went the bridge. Who's that trip-trapping? Trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, over my bridge, said the troll. Oh, it's only me, the littlest billy goat, Gruff. Gruff, 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 gruff. And I'm going off to the hills to make myself fat, said the littlest billy goat in such a tiny voice. Now I'm coming to gobble you up, said the troll. Oh no, please don't take me. I'm far too little, said the billy goat. Wait until the second billy goat comes. He's much bigger. Very well. Be off with you, said the troll. And off went the first goat across the bridge. Trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, went the bridge. Who's that clunking around up there? Roared the troll. Oh, it's only the second billy goat, and I'm going off to the hills to make myself full, said the second billy goat, Gruff. Gruff, 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 gruff. Now I'm coming to gobble you up, said the troll. Oh no, please don't do that. Wait until the big billy goat comes. He's much bigger. Very well, be off with you, said the troll. And off went the second goat across the bridge. Just then, along came the big billy goat, Gruff. Gruff, 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 gruff. Trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap, went the bridge. For the big billy goat was so heavy that it groaned and creaked beneath him. Who's that stomping around up there? Said the troll. It's me, the big billy goat, Gruff. Gruff, 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 gruff. Good job, said the billy goat, who had a great hoarse voice of his own. Now I'm coming to gobble you up, roared the troll. Up climbed the troll, and the big billy goat, Gruff, 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 put down his horns and tossed the troll off the bridge and into the stream. Splash! Splash! Then the big billy goat, Gruff, 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 crossed to the other side of the bridge and went up to the hills. There the 3 billy goats, Gruff, 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 got so full that they were barely able to waddle home. That was such a fun story adventure. Now that we have warmed up our voices, our bodies, and our imaginations, and we have explored our story of the 3 billy goats, Gruff, guess what time it is? It is time to sing a fun song together about a billy goat. So before we get started, I want to tell you that this song has a happy ending. So there were no goats harmed in the making of this song. All right. So first, I'm going to teach you the rhythms of the lyrics or the words, and then we will get into singing it and then adding music. So the rhythms, we're just gonna speak them out. So I will speak them and you can repeat after me, and then I will clap your part out for you, okay? So here we go. Bill Grogan's goat was feeling fine. Ate 3 red shirts right off the line. Bill gave that goat a great big smack and tied him to the railroad track. Bill Grog, Fast Express, was drawing nigh. Bill Grogan's goat was doomed to die. And that rhythm, you'll notice, is a little bit different because we're gonna have a little bit of fun with it and make it very dramatic because we love drama, right? So, was doomed to die. Cool. Then he gave 3 bleats. And that rhythm is also a little different. So, that's the bleats. All right. Of mortal pain, coughed up the shirts, and flagged the train. Good job. So you see, I told you this song had a happy ending. The goat coughs up the red shirts. The train's conductor sees the red shirts and has to stop the train, and then the goat is reunited with his owner. So now that we have clapped out all the rhythms and we know where the words go within the song, let's try singing it a cappella. Who knows what a cappella means? Right, it means without music. So that just means we're using our voices as our instrument before adding other instruments to accompany us. So, repeat after me. Bill Grogan's goat was feeling fine. Ate 3 red shirts right off the line. Bill gave that goat a great big smack and tied him to the railroad track. A fast express was drawing nigh. Bill Grogan's goat was doomed to die. He gave 3 bleats of mortal pain, coughed up the shirts, and flagged the train. Really good job. Now let's try adding music. So I'm gonna do just the first couple of lines so you can kind of see how it will sound. So I will sing the first line, and then you will repeat after me to sing the second part of that line. So it'll go like this. Then you will sing, Bill Grogan's goat. Then I will sing, was feeling fine. And you will sing, was feeling fine. Go like that. Got it? So let's start from the very beginning. I sing first, then you sing. So here we go. Bill Grogan's goat was feeling fine. Ate 3 red shirts right off the line. Bill gave that goat a great big snack and tied him to the railroad track. A fast express was growing nigh. Bill Grogan's goat was doomed to die. He gave 3 bleats of mortal pain, coughed up the shirts and flagged the train. Good job, that was so much fun. My dear goats, you did such an amazing job today, but our time is done for today. Wasn't it fun to be together again this week? I am so looking forward to next week. Let's review what we did today. So we warmed up our bodies with lots of billy goat sounds, our bodies and our voices and our imaginations with lots of billy goat sounds. We worked together to tell the story of the 3 billy goats Gruff, and we learned Bill Grogan's Goat, which is a classic American folk song. So on the count of 3, I want you to tell me what your favorite part of today was. Ready? 1, 2, 3. You're right, that was really fun. I hoped to see you guys again next week for our fun story adventure of Goldilocks and the 3 bears. I can't wait to see you then. Thank you so much for joining today. Bye.